Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home, and today I wanted to show you my completed, repainted, and refreshed living room, dining room, and kitchen. The color I chose is called At Ease, and it is from Bear. I'm sharing my completed painting project today as part of the Get It Done Collab hosted by my friend Nicole Northgarden. There will be several participants sharing projects they've been needing to get done. I will have the playlist linked down below so you guys can go check out all the other projects and hopefully find a lot of wonderful motivation. So this project took me about 2 weeks from start to finish, and I literally was finishing touch-ups this very morning. So if you missed my video for why I started this painting project, I will link to that video up above in the cards and down below. But basically, I had a mishap with my touch-up paint, and there really wasn't any way to remedy it. So I had a lot to do with this painting project because this is the main space in our home. I had to move the furniture as I went, but keep it so we could still live in this space since we're in our house 24/7 with the quarantine we have right now. So it was a lot of work to keep homeschooling and food going while I was also painting. We love this color because it's very light and very pretty and bright. And long before my touch-up painting accident, we had kind of talked about how in the winter the house does feel a little dark and had talked about maybe the possibility in several years repainting, but the touch-up paint incident definitely pushed the timeline for me. But I'm really glad because this fresh color really brightens up the space, and I know it will be a blessing in the winter time as well. So you'll have noticed the table has shifted. The table is normally against that big wall there underneath the lights. We moved the table so I could get around it and paint the walls and the trim, and decided to give this a trial run to see if we could keep the table here sort of centered in the space. It's a little bit funky because our breakfast bar does make it look off-centered. But with this positioning, we found there's a possibility we could get a desk or a hutch or a kitchen queen or something like that to put in the corner. I have my heart set on finding a vintage pie safe or something like that. I think that would be really cute in the corner here. We did have to remove the bar stools, and that was a choice we made before we even started painting, just because it's just crowded in here. And I love the bar stools. They're a really great color and they're fun, but just not practical to be living and breathing in this space 24/7 and having all these extra legs to trip on. So we just scaled back on what we had, and I think that makes the space work a lot better. So I haven't finished hanging things up yet either, so hopefully if you're new here you'll subscribe and stay tuned so I can share with you what we decide to hang on the walls. We're also thinking about getting a different light. If the table does stay here, we'll either move those two lights and center them on the table, or we'll get a larger maybe chandelier and hang that over the table. So stay tuned for those projects. I did paint over our chalkboard. I had a large chalkboard wall here before. I had just painted the chalkboard straight onto the wall and added trim to it to make it look like a big chalkboard. I had been thinking about maybe repainting that for a long time, and this project has just made me so brave and made me feel like I can change things that I felt nervous to change. I also painted over the stripes in my entry area. We do have an idea in mind for our little entry space here, but that'll be a project for further down the road. I do love how this new color complements the shelf color that I created out of just random bits of paints I had in my house. I painted the backs of these shelves earlier in the spring, and I think it just goes so well together. It looks almost like it's a lighter shade of what I painted on the shelves. I love how this is such a great backdrop for all of my pretty vintage pieces. There were some concerns when I shared this color as a possibility that it might not be a neutral, but I think it reads really well as a neutral in my house. It looks almost white in some lights and just like a really, really soft green in some. I did paint the trim in the living room and dining room a fresh white. I haven't gotten to painting the trim in the kitchen yet, and to be honest, I'm a little tired of painting, so it might be later on that I tackle that. But it did make such a difference. It was really beat up and really yellowed in here, and the fresh white makes such a difference. So all in all, we really love it. We're so happy with it. Thank you for all of you who weighed in and just gave me the confidence to move forward with this decision. I'm so grateful for all of your input and help. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for your patience as I finished this project and waiting for me to be able to share it with you guys. I know I had fun kind of keeping the colors secret, but we absolutely love it. And if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back for more, as I love making my home beautiful little by little. Again, I have the playlist to Nicole's playlist link down below, so you can go check out all the other ladies getting stuff done. You all take care, stay safe, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.
I want to say bye.
Want to say bye?
Bye.
Good job, bud.